Do you think that he gives Islam a run for the money as pound for pound right now?
Yeah, it's interesting because, he did exactly what he said he's going to do. He is an absolute complete fighter. Stand up is beautiful, ground, grappling, everything. This kid's a star.
From a punching power standpoint, he knocks out Volkanovski, Holloway, and Oliveira, 3 amazing fighters in a row. Is he the hardest hitter pound for pound that the UFC has ever had?
He's on a great 3-fight win streak for sure. All legends that he knocked out. I don't know. I don't know where he sits pound for pound punching power, but moving up a weight class like that and doing what you say you're going to do in the first round and the way he did it is very impressive.
Charles is absorbing these shots. Well, he's already busted.
No! Get up, Izzy! Get up, nigga! God damn it! God damn it!
He fucking slapped Oliveira in round 1 with a nasty 2-piece. Oh, f you cunt. Why are you so horrible? What a savage this guy is. Lightweights, you're on fraud check. Makhachev would get f***ed up. He's passing side control in round 1 on the ground with Oliveira. Makhachev, bring your fat down here again, bitch. Get him by the scruff of his little Dagestani neck and drag him down to the 155-pound division where his justice is awaiting him, dude.
Jab to the body, jab up top.
Oh, that's it. Inside of 3 minutes, bitches. Inside of 3 minutes. Inside of 3 fucking minutes. He fucking called it. He fucking called it. Inside of 3 fucking minutes. Keep doubting this fucking guy now.
Good shot to the body. I think Ilia's gonna finish him. Oh, he slumps him. He slumps him. Oh my God, he's dead. Put him out cold. Ilia wins. New lightweight champion. Oh my God. Slumped him out cold. Nasty combination. Oh my God. Charles looks like return the slab.
Topuria goes to the body with the left. Oh, nasty right. Charles is down. He's out. He's cold. He's dead. He's flatlined. He's flatlined. He's flatlined. He is knocked out. Remember Gregory Rodriguez's knockout? Well, Ilia Topuria just sent Charles Oliveira to another planet. Charles Oliveira is sleeping.
You said you were going to knock out Charles and become a 2-division champion. Does it feel the way you thought it would feel?
It feels much better.
Because of how you did it?
Because I already did it, and it's in the past. And I don't know, it feels much better.
Where does that combination rank among the combinations you threw? Because you hit him with those 2 punches, and I think Rogan said you were in the octagon. He was out with after the right hand.
I want to understand your question.
Is that the best combination you've ever thrown, do you think, in competition?
I have better combinations.
You have?
Yeah, I have, but they have to stay inside the octagon with me a little bit more time.
Okay.
Maybe in the future you see them.
And what's amazing too is not the way you performed, but the fact that you called your shot, right? The whole time you said, I'm gonna knock him out in the first round. Was anybody around you maybe saying like, bro, like, calm down a little bit. We're moving up. This is Charles Oliveira. You don't have to say first round.
Everyone around me knew it, that I would do it. Everyone knew it.
Very nice. I thought it was amazing too when you were walking in tonight. Like the first time the camera showed you, it seemed like there was just a smile on your face. I mean, here's this pressure-packed situation, and you just.
I just came to collect my belt. I already won it in the training sessions. I know how hard I work. I know what I'm able to do in the sparring sessions and the training sessions. I know how good I am. I know that no one can match my level of skills inside the octagon. And when I say this, maybe I sound a little bit cocky. You guys think that I'm crazy, but I used to prove it.
From a standpoint, I had said the other day if he won this fight that he might turn into a star the caliber of a Ronda or a George St. Pierre or a Conor or somebody like that, with the look he has, the way he talks, and then of course the way he fights. Given the way this ended tonight against a fighter like Oliveira, do you think that he has the ability to take it to that kind of level?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You obviously felt the energy in the building tonight. It was a big fight, and again, to go in and say exactly what you're going to do and then do it in the way that he did it is impressive.
Ilia, after the fight, he called in Paddy Pimblett and brought him into the cage, and they had a face-off. Obviously, they've got a long history together. I know there's a lot of options on the table for Ilia, but when he shows that type of interest in a fight, does that make you want to make it?
Well, I don't know who the hell let him in there. That should have never happened. Let's start there. I was already back in my room, or that would have never happened. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think about that stuff tonight, other than, obviously the Van fight. But, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Dude, my thing with Ilia, with Topuria is his wife and kid are in the octagon. That's not the fight that it's just, yeah.
It was fun to watch.
It shouldn't happen.
It was fun to watch.
Well, that's not really what we do. Give a shit if it was fun to watch or not. It's just that shouldn't happen. Plus, he wins a second title in a higher division. It was a bad call by whoever the hell let him in there.
Jab to the body, stiff jab up high. Oh, right in the left, and it's over. Topuria with the first round knockout and new champion. Woo! I called it, son. Lock City parlay hits, the two-legger. They told me, no, Van's not good. Don't throw in Topuria. Yeah. Look at me.
Back to the center of the octagon. Oh. Jab for Ilia.
Oh! He just starched him. Charles Oliveira is completely out. He doesn't know where he is. Ilia Topuria in the first round. KO. This man is a monster. He sips the tea. He's a killer.
Oh,
this guy is fucking crazy.
Oh my God.
What? Oh my God.
155-pound champ, 145-pound champ, two-division champion, 17-0. Superstar.
Holy shit.
Shit. That's it. It's all over.
Oh!
He just killed him! Ladies and gentlemen, Ilia Topuria just puts out Charles Oliveira. Hey, we were correct on the prediction. What does that mean for us?
The fight is over. The new lightweight champion has been crowned, and the MMA world is abuzz with reactions. Before Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira ever set foot in the octagon, the atmosphere was thick with anticipation, and every expert had a theory on how the fight would unfold. Some foresaw a quick finish for Topuria, while others banked on Oliveira's veteran savvy and ground game to win out in the championship rounds. Former featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski, who has first-hand experience with Topuria's power, confidently shared his prediction. He believed the stylistic matchup heavily favored Ilia.
I've got Ilia. I think just stylistically, and what we've seen, Charles likes to, he's very aggressive, very exciting fight. That's why we all love to watch him. But, if he comes aggressive like that, there's going to be opportunities for Ilia. And Ilia can bang, you know what I mean? If you're going to come forward like that, yeah, you might land yourself. That's always going to be something as well, right? Like, Charles could definitely catch him, but yeah, you can be hittable if you come aggressively like that, especially with someone like Ilia who's going to back himself and try and put one on you as you're coming in like that, especially if you're that little bit out of position. That I wouldn't say his chin's up, he sort of has a sort of guard, but the way he comes forward in a straight line.
Yeah. Volkanovski elaborated, noting that Charles's signature aggression would likely create the very openings Topuria needed to land a devastating blow. He felt that if Oliveira came forward in his usual relentless manner, it would play directly into Ilia's hands.
Ilia, because he knows how aggressive Charles is going to come forward, it's an interesting one because we don't know how Ilia is on the back foot.
Right.
But will Charles be like, his only chance is catching me, I'm going to shoot, I'm going to tell him I'm going to come forward aggressive, but I'm actually going to shoot on him. We'll see what happens. But if he comes aggressive and does what he always does, I think, Ilia.
You think he knocks him out?
I think it's a knockout, yes.
Yeah.
Robert Whittaker also foresaw a knockout victory for Topuria. While expressing his admiration for Charles Oliveira's comeback story and happiness that Dubronx was getting another massive opportunity, Whittaker felt Ilia was the fighter with all the momentum.
Yeah, I think I'm keen for it. Okay, I do love the new trend UFC are making champions relinquish their titles before moving up. I think
thought
it's great
you would.
for the division.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Yeah, it doesn't hold up anything. Obviously, there's still going to be double champs, like going up, and then they can come straight back down and fight for the title again. Like, I think they deserve that if they're successful.
Yeah.
Ilia fighting Charles, I'm stoked to see Charles get this opportunity.
Yeah.
Just because, like, he wasn't really going to get that opportunity having lost to
Arman.
Arman and Islam.
Perhaps the most in-depth analysis came from UFC Hall of Famer Michael Bisping. He acknowledged the legendary career of Charles Oliveira, the man holding records for the most finishes, bonuses, and submissions in UFC history. However, Bisping also pointed to the fact that Oliveira is 36 years old and has absorbed significant damage over his career.
Yes, he's had an incredible career. He was the champion. He's got the most bonuses, the most finishes, the most submissions, but he's also got quite a few losses on there. 10 to be exact. Now, granted, a lot of those were in the featherweight division. He did lose to Islam, he did lose to Arman Sarukin via split decision, and then beat Michael Chandler back at 309 last year in Madison Square Garden. But has he taken too much damage? Okay, is he going to mix things up? Listen, he's going to walk forward just like Ilia says he is, and that's what makes him so exciting. And a lot of the time, he can get away with it.
Bisping then shifted his focus to Ilia Topuria's unshakable confidence. He highlighted how El Matador has carried himself like a champion since day one, boldly calling his shots and making provocative statements about other fighters, including Islam Makhachev,
and makes public remarks about Islam Makhachev.
Conclusion, he's going to walk right through Charles Oliveira.
I'm going to finish him in the first 2 or 3 minutes.
Because Charles Oliveira is going to walk right at him.
I'm not going to need to close the distance with him.
Normally people run away, but this time Charles is going to walk him down, and that's all that he needs to knock him out, to finish him. So now we get to the fight that everyone wants to talk about. Ilia Topuria, the man has been exuding confidence ever since we first were introduced to him, changed his bio to the featherweight champ. He said that he's going to knock everyone out. He was just talking crazy about Islam Makhachev, saying that no one cares about him in Dagestan. Nobody watches his fights. These guys from Dagestan, they act like they invented the sport. They need putting in the place. He's not having any respect.
No one gives a even in Dagestan, when he's fighting, the people goes to sleep and they watch his fight in the morning.
Maybe he's just trying to get that fight, or maybe that's how he really feels. But one thing we do know for sure, he isn't talking out of his ass. Now he's taking on Charles Oliveira. Charles is the man. He's almost 36 years old, okay? Getting towards the end of his career as well. He's got good striking. He can hit hard. And I was talking to Paul Felder about him, who beat him back in the day. He said that he's surprisingly strong as well.
I mean, when I fought him, I thought he was going to be a lot weaker than he was, right? And this is even back when he was just starting to really be a 155er. He's much bigger now. He is much bigger and stronger. And he was kind of scary strong for a skinny guy back then. And he also hit way harder than I anticipated.
And of course, at 155, he moved up, he reinvented himself and became the Charles du Bronx that we know and love today. And I have so much respect for this guy.
It is his best setup.
However, he ain't going to reinvent himself at 36 years old. He isn't going to change a goddamn thing. And Ilia is correct. He is going to walk at him because that's what he does. He can't stand there and reinvent himself and go toe to toe with Ilia. He can't look to pick his shots and be calculated. No, that's what Ilia does. He has to turn it into an absolute brawl, turn it into madness, get a hold of him, drive a knee up the middle, drop an elbow. Maybe Ilia makes a mistake, slaps on a go-go platter or a flying triangle, whatever it is. That's why Charles Oliveira is so excited, because that is how he can win his fights. And he can't change, okay? If he changes, he's playing into the hands to Ilia. Ilia was correct when he said that. When he walks forward, he's playing into my game. Normally, Ilia has to hunt people around the octagon. That's why it takes a few minutes. Now, when you look at Ilia Topuria, we know about the knockout power. Yeah, he knocked out Volk. Yeah, he knocked out Max Holloway. But guess what? There's actually 8 submissions on there. The man is a very, very good grappler as well. However, a lot of these submissions happen when you've just been dazed and confused, when you've just been rocked. Like when I fought George St. Pierre, okay? Dropped me with a left hook, came to my blind side, put me down, and did not tap out like a little bitch, mind you. That is just not my style. But speaking of style, that is something that Ilia Topuria has in abundance. Whether it's the way that he fights, or the way that he dresses, or the little bit of a rose that he gives to his opponents in the octagon and all the rest of it, the man's a class act. He's an absolute superstar, and he will go on to become a 2-weight division champ. He gets the job done this weekend. I think he's absolutely absolutely nailed it. I think Charles Oliveira goes forward and he gets caught with something big. Ilia going up to 155 is going to increase the muscle mass, it's going to increase the recovery, it's going to increase the amount of carbs that he can take on through a training camp. He's going to recover better, he's going to be a better athlete. And Oliveira used to be 145 as well, like we talked about. So it's not like he's going to have a massive size advantage. Ilia Topuria is going to be somewhere like 175 pounds, maybe even as high as 179 pounds is what he said this week. So Ilia Topuria's got the punching power anyway. I think he's going to be the better athlete. I think he can stop the takedown, and I believe, and you know, and we've all seen it, it only takes one. That's the kind of power he has. Can he drop Charles Oliveira like that, knock him out cold? That remains to be seen. But my pick is Ilia Topuria will be the lightweight champion of the world. Who does he call out? I thought it was going to be Paddy. He said, Paddy, he's not good enough. I don't want to talk about him.
Kill Paddy.
He's going to fight someone else. He's going to go through Justin Gage.
If he fights with Arman, I think that Arman's going to beat him. So the easiest path he has right now to get the title shot is Justin.
Is it going to be Islam Makhachev? I don't think so, because he's going to fight Jack Della Maddalena. So who the hell does that leave? I don't know. Maybe Arman Sarukian. But still, anyway, there's my picks for UFC 317.
The dust has now settled from a historic night. Ilia Topuria delivered a performance that will be discussed for years, solidifying his place at the top of the lightweight division. With a title wrapped around his waist, the question now becomes, what's next for the new king? Does he face a top contender like Arman Sarukian? Or does a super fight with Islam Makhachev await? Let us know your thoughts on the fight and who Topuria should face next in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our content.